Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Reagan Way. I am solo again, but it's my birthday. Well, at least tomorrow is. And in honor of my birthday, I'm turning 23, which is terrifying. But I want to do 23 things about being 23. I am going to turn this into a 3-part series where I just talk about 23 lessons, goals, things I've learned, just uncovering what 23-year-old Reagan knows now to see how different it is later on in life. So whether you're 23, whether you're 13, 33, hopefully you can get something out of this video or podcast. But I'm so blessed for the first 23 years of my life. I've accomplished so many things. I have created so many memories. I've experienced so many new things. So for that, I am beyond grateful. But for today, sit back, relax, and let's celebrate birthdays the Reagan way. The first thing that I've learned in my 23 years of life is the importance of affirmations. I've really learned this as I've gotten older, just how important it is about how you speak to yourself, the things that you tell yourself. So for me, every morning and every night, I practice affirmations. As a gymnast, you're kind of taught about visualizations. It's not supposed to tell yourself that you can't do something. So I guess from a very early age, I was exposed to affirmations, but the power behind affirmation is the belief and faith within them. Every morning I tell myself I'm energized, even though I'm really tired, or every night I tell myself I've accomplished so much, even if it was just a lazy day. But I think something that 22-year-old Reagan really began to understand was how important it is to speak kindly to yourself, because I just have really realized whether you think you can or you can't, you're correct. So it's just so important to feed yourself positive fuel, to feed yourself positive emotions, positive thoughts, because what you think is what becomes your reality. So as a 22-year-old, well, now I'm 23. No, I'm not. When this gets published, I will soon be 23. I've just really learned how important affirmations are, not just in accomplishing big dreams like the Olympics or becoming Miss Universe Cayman Islands, but just everyday life. I mean, life is terrible sometimes. Life is hard. Life sucks. But if you can be in your own back corner, telling yourself powerful affirmations, telling yourself that you can do this, that you are worthy, that you are smart, that you're beautiful, if you can believe that within yourself, you can captivate and encourage other people to believe that within you, if that makes sense. The next thing that I have really learned, and I am still learning, is that life is all about how you react to it. And I'm still trying to learn this because I am not a perfect person. And I don't have the best temper, I guess you could say. I get really flustered so easy, and that annoys me so much, but I will sometimes let little things just really upset me. But I try really hard to control my reactions, because in life that's all you have control is how you react to it. Whether it's getting stuck in traffic, whether it's, being late to a meeting, or getting told no. In life, you're going to fail. You're going to fall down. Someone is going to reject you. An opportunity is going to reject you. But it's all about how you react to it. I think this also comes into play with mental health. Is bad things are going to happen. Life is tough, but so are you. And you can either let your circumstances, your bullies, your emotions break you, or you can let them build you. So when it comes to things that just are going to happen in life, whether it's spilled coffee, because for some reason I always do that when I'm in a really bad mood, it is all about how you react to it. So for me, I've been trying to control how I react to things. And I think in 2025, it is actually one of my New Year's resolutions that I want to react with more peace rather than anger or just not be so reactive. I think a lot of times I'm just like quick to laugh, quick to cry, quick to be angry, quick to yell, quick to like I'm so reactive and I need to just be able to take a breath and then react. So for me, life is all about how I react to it, and I'm trying to control those reactions. The thing that I learned most from being a contestant in Miss Cayman and then a contestant in Miss Universe is this quote. And I wish I learned it earlier on in life, but hopefully by sharing this, someone else will learn from. It's that don't take criticism from someone you would not take advice from. I read this on Instagram on one of those cute little graphics, and it completely just blew me away because for some reason, when I was running for Miss Cayman, I took everyone's opinions to heart. I took everyone's criticisms. I took everyone's advice, suggestions. And I ultimately had too many cooks in the kitchen in the sense that I didn't know what I wanted to do at some point. Like, for example, my gown, I had like 5 people telling me one gown, 5 people telling me another. And so I was just completely like so confused. And then I was taking criticism and advice or criticism from people and fix this. Why are you doing this? And then I read this quote on Instagram and I just stopped because I really realized, why am I going to listen to a hater? Why am I going to listen to someone that has nothing but bad things to tell me? Whether it's a boss, whether it's a competitor, there's always going to be critics. There's always going to be criticism. But for some reason, I always listened to them as if they had any value to what they were saying until I read this quote, which is don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. And I think that's also important, is to understand the difference between criticism and advice. Like a critic is just going to break you down. Everything that you're going to do, they're going to say is wrong. And there are people like that towards me. I can't do anything right in their eyes. So why would I listen to them if I wouldn't take advice from them, essentially? I think it's so important to find those people in your life that they might suggest something, but it comes from a place of love and care and wanting you to be better versus someone telling you to change something and it coming from a place of criticism, judgment, and negativity. So don't take criticism from someone you would not take advice from. Kind of going off of that is the impact of your circle of influence. I learned about circle of influence in 2 ways. In psychology, you learn about it when it comes to oh my gosh, and now I'm not going to be able to remember what it's called. Basically, you have like, I promise I graduated. You have your like intimate circle, like your family, then you have like your friends, and you have like a school teacher, and then you have community, politics, and country. That's a good general gist and how each of them have some sort of impact on you. And you learn very quickly that the people closest to you really do shape you and mold you as to who you are as a person. And then I also learned about this in church. And I believe it was a pastor that said the 5 people you are closest to determine your character. So someone can say, like, oh, she's friends with so and so, and they're going to judge my character based off of my friend. And it just kind of goes vice versa of who you surround yourself with is a determining factor of how others perceive you. But I also believe it's a determining factor of how you perceive yourself. You always want to be around people that push you to become a better version of yourself and push you to grow and push you in ways you didn't even know you could be pushed to just be an overall better person. So I think it's really important, especially as I'm a 23-year-old, early 20s, but like going through college, trying to find my circle of influence because I have beliefs, I have opinions, I have views. And it's important to surround yourself with people, not just with similar views, but ones that aren't going to make you question your own character or completely change you for the worse. I think it's good to have a diversity of people around you. That's how you learn as well. But I think it's important to surround yourself with people that mold you into a better, not sophisticated, not even successful, just push you to be the best version of yourself. Whether that's they are really good at school, so they push you to try really hard in school, or they're really good at going to the gym, so they push you to become more consistent at going to the gym, or maybe they're just a nice person, so they show you what it means to be kind to other people. But when you are a teenager to 20s, I think finding a good circle of influence is key in your social development. Number 5 lessons that I've learned as a 23-year-old. I think it's funny because people are going to be like, you're only 23, but guys, I've lived a lot of lives, okay? I've experienced some things I wanted to experience and experience things that maybe I didn't. So I've learned a lot. But one that has remained consistent that I'm really glad that I learned early on in life was putting 100% effort and attitude into everything you do. And we were always told this as gymnasts from a young age. But the hard thing about being in sports is like your coach will tell you like some really insightful stuff, but you're 8 years old. So you're like, what am I going to do with this information? But then as you get older, it kind of develops like a Polaroid and you shake it a little, you put it in the dark, but then you bring it out and it's a really beautiful picture. And I think that this is the piece of advice is a piece of Polaroid is that when you put 100% effort and attitude into anything, you can't be upset at the outcome because you know you did everything you possibly could to make it your best. I look at my gymnastics career and I think sometimes like, okay, I tried crazy. I pushed a lot of injuries. I trained my absolute butt off at the Olympics. So for me, yeah, I fell a lot, but it's almost like I'm upset I fell, but I can't be upset myself because I know how much I had to go through just to even be there. I knew how hard I had worked to even get to that position to be heard at the Olympics. And then I took all of that lesson of 100% effort and attitude into Miss K-Man and I trained like there was no tomorrow. I did all the extra practices. I walked at home. I practiced at home, the questions, the topics. I was doing all the research because I knew when it came to my performance on stage, if I messed up or if the results didn't come how I wanted them to, I could not be upset because I did everything I could. At that point, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's important so many times in life, even if it seems pointless or even if it seems so tiring, that you put 100% effort and attitude so that you know that you did everything you possibly could. Because at the end of the day, that gives you more pride as well. That makes you feel more accomplished. That makes you proud of yourself. So in 23, I've really learned the importance of hard work, determination, sacrifice, and just maintaining a positive, hardworking attitude. Oh, I should have mentioned this one earlier because we were kind of talking about it, but I learned this a lot in college. And I've learned this at other points in my life as well. But when someone is mean to you, that is the biggest compliment ever. And I think this is more prominent in girls. Let's just be honest. When a girl is mean, that means she kind of wants something. I kind of grew up with a mom with, well, okay, my mom was like the two mix in one. Like there's like either they're jealous of you or don't you feel sorry for them. She would say that for both. Like she said both things. Like they're just mean because they're jealous of you, or oh, they're mean. Don't you feel bad for them that they feel like they have to be mean to you? But I think it's so often like when you just see a nasty girl and she's like shoving you or things like comments, like she sees something she sees something in you that she wishes that she had or something like that. There are so many quotes on Pinterest, especially about this topic. So you can go search them. But I think it's just so evident in so many people's life. Like you think about a bully you had, you think about someone that just messed with you and you couldn't figure out why. It's because it's a compliment. And I know this is kind of taking the high road, but don't stoop to their level. Like you don't need to use them back. Just rise above, be the bigger person, be the better person, be the more mature person, and just know that they see you as a threat. 23-year-old Reagan is following that one. I have heard this next one growing up. We all have. We all know fake it till you make it. I really experienced the importance of faking it till you make it when I went to Miss Universe because, or no, I learned it in college as well, I would say, because I really figured out in life that the most attractive thing a person can have is confidence. And I struggled with confidence, I would say, a lot in my sophomore and junior of college because it was after the Olympics. I was like, think my body was changing. But it's true. Like, I had acne. I had gained weight because I wasn't doing like gymnastics anymore. So I wasn't like a stick. You're just trying to figure out who you are in life. So I lost a lot of confidence, and I would look around at these girls and I was like, they are so confident. And then I realized, what if they're just not? Like, what if this is all a facade? So I kind of, this is going to sound crazy, but I kind of like faked it. Like, if I was feeling really crappy one day and I'd walk into my sorority house, like, hey, blah, 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 people fed into that energy. And it didn't matter if I felt like I looked stupid, if I felt like I said something weird, or if I wasn't dressed the best, had pimples all over my face, whatever. But I acted like I was the, you know which word. And people fed off that energy and they loved it. And it wasn't like I was faking anything because I am a very outgoing, confident person. But at that point in time, I wasn't. But I came across as I had everything together. I was happy with I felt great. Oh, I sound great. Blah, blah. Did I? No. But do people think it? Yes. And I think confidence is just so important as the 22, 23-year-old girl, but just any stage in life, because you're going to walk into a room where you feel intimidated. Miss Universe is the perfect example. Those girls, stunning. They're beautiful. They all look amazing, but they all have confidence. But it's playing the game of, how can I stand out? How can I just be so confidently beautiful, confident in myself, confident in my voice, my opinion, my abilities, that makes you stand out. So whether it's a boardroom, whether it's you walking into your classroom, you're walking to your sorority house, you're walking to Miss Universe, if you walk with your chin held high, your shoulders rolled back, which I need to do more often, don't worry about it, and your voice clear, no one is going to question you. No one is going to say anything about, who is she, blah, blah. They're going to say, who is she? And it's such a difference. You have to walk with worth. You have to believe in your worth. You have to walk with this 100%. I know who I am. If you want people to follow and listen to what you have to say, you have to be so confident in your voice before you can convince other people to listen to your voice. Period. The last one that we are going to talk about today in this 3-part series is do it now so that your future self will thank you. This I live by. I've lived by this since I was like 16, making my own bed. um, because, and again, it's one of those things that can be applied to simple as making your bed or training for the Olympics, graduating university, and going to Miss Universe. So many times, I actually have a story about this today. So I was at my Pilates class and I was about to fill up my bottle of water, and I was like, it's fine. Like, I don't need to do this, whatever. I came home and we had no water. So, but if I had filled up the water and listened and just did the extra 30 seconds of effort, my future self would have thanked me. But instead, no water, and I'm parched. So it's little examples like that, like takes 2 minutes to make your bed in the morning so that your future self will thank you for coming home to a clean room, or take the extra 5 minutes to do your skincare at night so that your morning self can wake up feeling confident in their skin, or, even big things like study for 2 hours so that your future self will thank you for passing the test. So many times we're just rush, 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 rush. We're trying to get to the next place. We're trying to be here, be there. But just take the extra time to put a little effort into yourself, to your goals, to your endeavors, to cleaning, to taking care of yourself, so that your future self will thank you. I do this all the time. I'm not gonna, I want to be lazy sometimes, okay? But I tell myself, do it so my future self will thank me. And it really helps with procrastination because, for example, I'm recording this a week ahead, but I'm doing that so my future self won't have to worry about this later on. But it's just things like that. Just take the little moments now so that your future self can be balanced, happy, and live, laugh, love. On that note, my future self is gonna thank me because I'm about to go eat some good food. But, anyways, I hope you all loved this little birthday special. I know I did. I think it was a lot of fun. I got out a lot of life lessons that I live by, that 23-year-old Reagan lives by, that hopefully 24, 25, and hopefully you will live by. They really have helped me. They've helped me live a more balanced life, protect myself, and become the best version of myself. And at the end of the day, we're just trying to do that the Reagan way. But thank you all so much again for tuning in. I am so appreciative for every single one of you who listens. I know it's not many, but hopefully I'm making a difference, even if it's minute. But thank you all. I love you and keep living the Reagan way. Bye.